Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Barbados. This press briefing is being called to provide information on the National Independence Thanksgiving Service, which will be held on Sunday, November the 27th at the Garfield Soberry Sports Complex. Joining me here today to provide the information are some members of the Planning Committee, and as I introduce them, to my far left, Senator Pat Paris, Chair of the Communications Committee, Ms. Linda Holder, Chief Operations Officer, Transport Board, the Venerable Eric Lynch, Archdeacon, an officiant at the service, and Dr. Derek Murray of the Orisha Faith. The service will be a multi-faith service, and it will be a time of thanksgiving and praise to the Most High. It is being held, as you know, in recognition of 56 years of independence. I now turn over to Archdeacon Lynch.
Thank you very much, Madam PS, and what a delight it is to join the members of our head table who will be sharing with you some information on the service, but to reach out to all Barbadians and indeed friends of Barbados wherever you are in the world. It is really a joy to share with you the information on this service which the faith community in Barbados has put together with its partners in government, where we seek to bring before Barbadians an opportunity of praise and thanksgiving for God's richest blessings to us in our nation. And as we seek to do so, we gather in person, and others will join us online on Sunday, the 27th of November, with a wonderful service under the theme, By Grace Through Faith, PSS, Perseverance, Resilience, PRS, and S is Strength. And as we're gathered together, we will have a service that I'm sure you would all wish to be part of. And I hope that all of you would want to be present for. Now that we've got a relaxation in the protocols with respect to COVID-19, we want you to be present with us at the gymnasium in that wonderful complex, and let us give thanks and praise to Almighty God. I'm sure you're saying right now, yes, I will be there. Well, let's give you some details about that service. The preacher is going to be the Reverend Dr. Cicely Athill Horsford of the Moravian Church, and we look forward to God's word through her. But there will be a number of faith communities involved in the service, and here's an opportunity for us to invite Dr. Murray of the Orisha Faith Community to say something about his involvement in the service.
I bring greetings from the Orisha community and the community of African traditional spiritual religions. And this year we have the honor of invoking the manifestation of the divine at the beginning of the service. We are particularly pleased that as we mature as a society, that we acknowledge the diversity of our faiths. We are going to have the Muslim community recognized and acknowledged, and part of the service. We will also have the Baha'i faith. We will have, unfortunately, we could not have the Rastafari faith because of they had other obligations, but going forward we would wish to have Rastafari play a prominent part in the service. Also, spiritual Baptists, and it is the hope that as we go forward next year and into the future, that the service, the Thanksgiving, be increasingly reflective of the diversity of spiritual traditions that we have in Barbados. And this year, even though in the past there was some effort to incorporate other traditions, this year those efforts were redoubled, and we see the incorporation of the Orisha faith. At the invocation, we will have Orisha Elder, Chief Priest, Oloye Agba, Eshuse Gun, Olaifa. This is the priest that will do the invocation, and he will be accompanied by drummers and singers for that section. I want to remind other faith leaders that they also have an opportunity to send greetings by virtual greetings, recorded, and you can contact the committee to find out the specifications for how you can do that.
Thank you very much, Dr. Murray. And I did indicate you have already said yes. So you're wondering, how do we get there? Do we have to drive? Do we have to use a ferry? Should we attempt using an airplane? Well, for those in Barbados, we are going to have now a representative from the Barbados Transport Board to share with you details on assisting you with that park and ride that we wish to promote. And so, Sister Holder, would you be so kind, please?
Good morning, and thank you so very much. The Transport Board is very pleased to be able once again to work with the government as we seek to put on this multinational service. We know that you're accustomed to traveling with us for these type of events, so this is going to be an easier system in that we are moving from 3 main locations. We will transport persons out of Bridgetown, and the service will commence at the Princess Alice Terminal at 9 a.m. It will then move to the Granville-Williams Bus Terminal. For those of you who are not yet comfortable with that name, that is the former Fairchild Street Terminal. It will move to that point, and it will also collect persons there, and then it will traverse the regular route up through Colomorock till we get to the gymnasium. There will also be a service commencing at the Oyston Subterminal to pull the persons from Christchurch who wish to join us, and that will start at 8:30 a.m. The services will all run on demand, and that will leave Oystons and traverse the highway corridor over to the gymnasium. And to cover the persons who are coming from the northern side of the island, there will be a service commencing at the Spikestown Terminal, and that will leave the Spikestown Terminal, the first service, at 8:15 in the a.m. That is going to travel via Hull Town, over through Walmer Lodge, Black Rock, up through Belleville, Colomorock, and on to the gymnasium. And at the end of the service, we will have buses going in the opposite direction as well. We're not going to charge anything extra for these services. It will be the regular $3.50 bus fare, and the buses will be waiting for you as you exit to be able to take you back to the points where you started. If you have any questions on those routes or any other area you would like us to consider, we are open to discussion, but please be mindful that this is going to form part of our ongoing Sunday services as well. I thank you so very much. Sir?
And so, Barbadians and those who are outside, in fact, you are anxious to get here to Barbados for the 27th at 10 in the morning. Indeed, I think you want to come a little earlier than 10. We're going to begin at 10, promptly on 10. But just before 10, of course, will be the arrival of our president. And we look forward to welcoming her, Dame Sandra, and to begin promptly and then conduct the service for approximately an hour and a half. An hour and a half. And after that, we'll be thrilled to send you with God's blessings to your various destinations by bus and to those various picnic spots, including the botanical gardens, which you will see in their splendor. And you can have your lunch with your friends, relatives, and gather in that wonderful Barbados tradition. For on this Sunday, we will, my brothers and sisters in our nation, be gathering to thank God for God's very richest blessings to us as we continue to build out this new republic and discuss what this means and give thanks for all that God is doing. As we look forward to the preacher, we will be supported by persons who are joining us to do the prayers. And let me just give you an indication of who some of those persons are. And I know you'll be present, but at the same time, you can look for Praying for Our Nation is a Maria Brathwaite from the Girl Guides Association. For Life and Health, Margaret Bovell Lewis from the Baha'i Faith. For the elderly, and who should do this but the president of the Barbados Alzheimer's Association, Pamelia Brayton, and Youth and Children, Miss Adonia Griffith, who is the program officer of the Barbados Youth Advanced Corps. Before that, members of the Seventh-day Adventist Pathfinders will be bringing in the colors, and we shall be receiving those colors, acknowledging God's wonderful blessings to us and those colors that inspire us in ways that will lift us to a new awareness of God's wonderful presence. So we really look forward to welcoming you at this service in person, but for those who cannot be and cannot get a flight into Barbados, we invite you to share with us online. And the information on the streamed service that will be done, let's see, do we have that information available to be shared with us? And we shall now ask Senator Pat to be so kind as to share with us that information.
Thank you very much. The information will be shared by Saturday to persons who want to, who are unable, and we're catering to persons in the international world, and we know we have a Barbadian everywhere, and I'm sure they would want to be a part of this service, so we will share the link so persons can join in on the service. But it is for Barbadians. We have been under restrictions. Last year when we held the service, we had limited numbers. On this occasion, we want to pack the gymnasium. So Barbadians come out, it's like though you are worshiping on a Sunday. We have the preacher and all of the other aspects of the worship. So please come on out and be part of this service. It's our 56th anniversary of independence. So having gone through so much within the last 2-3 years, we have lots to celebrate. Thank you.
As we conclude, unless there are questions sent in to us, which we are happy to respond to, I remind you of the theme, by grace through faith, perseverance, resilience, strength. The God who has been with us in the past is with us in the present and will take us into the future as we seek to build out this new republic. What we do urge you, as you have opportunity, assist those who are asking about the Republican status and what it means and what we need to put in the new constitution. Please help in one way or another to grow this republic that we have as we give thanks to God for all God's wonderful blessings to us all.
Thank you again, sir. We were asked if there's going to be a service coming out of the eastern part of the island, being primarily the St. Philip area. And yes, we will be able to move persons from that area. We will be using our regular route network because some of those services, like the St. Patrick service, turns around at the 6 Roads Point and travels directly in front of the gymnasium. So we will ensure that those services are also available for anyone who's interested in coming out from that side of the island. Thank you.
If there are no further questions, remember Barbados, Sunday, November the 27th, Garfield Sober Sports Complex, 10 a.m., the National Independence Thanksgiving Service. Thank you once again.
We invite all Barbadians to come together and give thanks as we celebrate 56 years of nationhood. Join us at the Garfield Sober Sports Complex on Sunday, November 27th at 10 a.m. for our National Independence Thanksgiving service under the theme, By Grace Through Faith, Perseverance, Resilience, Strength.
Please be seated by 9:15 a.m.